with the maximum package, or you bring on board people even with minimum package. And you bring those people, 4 people, and you teach them to also bring their 4. That means you build your second generation. You teach your first generation to teach their first generation to also build their own first generation. And you work down the line. By the time you have built to your 12th generation, depending on how long it takes you, it can take you 1 year, it can take you 3 years, it can take you 5 years. Even if it takes you 5 years to build to your 12th generation, do you know that the potential, the projected income that you as the person on top would have made is over 4.5 billion naira? And this is just for sign-ups. It has nothing to do with it doesn't take into consideration the monthly purchases, which we call GMS, or any other purchases. People upgrade from the minimum package up. I know that several members of my team, including myself, have been upgrading over the months to even VIP. And this income I mentioned does not take into consideration that all those activities. So it's an amazing opportunity with amazing products. Before I go on and round, please, is there anybody who, I know that Mr. Olajide shared a testimony, a feedback about his client that had kidney disease, but I know that there'll be many people in here, probably many people in here who have something to share, because it's very, very unlikely that a person would take, 10 people would take reader range, any of the reader range, and at least 8 or 9 not having something to share. So at this point, I'd like to leave some time for any of us who would like to share something about what reader range has done for you. Just, it will encourage somebody, and it will also help somebody to try it for that particular condition. Do we have anybody? Do we have anybody who would like to share something a reader has done for them in the last, I mean, recently or even in the past? Okay, well, I mean, I have a lot of things to share from, you know, different people have used Reader through me and have had, I mean, I don't even know where to start. Maybe I will share my own personal, I've had 1 or 2 in the last week or 2. I know that sometime last week, I woke up feeling tired, feeling beaten, feeling with pains. It just came on suddenly, and I almost reached for my analgesic. And then I thought, no, I have Reader, which I take, but I hadn't taken it every day for some time. And you know, I started taking it every morning, and in fact, from the first day, I noticed the difference. I felt much better. I felt strong. I felt even happier. I don't know why, but you know, that was it. And then just a few days ago again, I had this, I had something on my finger, which was about to become an abscess. The pain, it had started hurting. The pain was intense. And I remember that Dr. Onifade had talked about Reader Balm, using it. So I thought, okay, I'll use the Reader Balm for a few days. But do you know that I used the Reader Balm once, and by the next morning, my finger was just as normal. No pains, no swelling. I didn't even have to use it for a second day. So it's like, I just feel that there's no way I'm going to go anywhere without holding my Reader Bitters, Reader Balm, and even the other variants. So that is it. I mean, there's so many I can think about, but I really want to give a chance for other people to share.
So while we're waiting for others to share, I have a personal testimony I'd like to share.
Oh, please go ahead.
Okay, so I can see there's a Nkese Omorege that wants to share as well. So when I'm done. So I had this wound. I had a wound on my finger. And this is personal. So it was on my table here. So on this table, I had a scenario where my hand and the table got caught. I was doing something and my hand slipped into the table, and I had this very bad wound. It started bleeding immediately, and very quickly I thought, what do I do? So I got a reader bitters, and I basically just dipped my finger into it. That was all I did. That's all I've done to date. By the next day I looked at it, it was already healing. It's a place where normally you get weak low because it's at the joint of my nail and my finger. That's where the cuts happened. But I dipped it in reader, allowed it to dry there and hold there, and that's all. The hand is healed. The pain is I'm no longer feeling any pain with it. I didn't feel all these normal wound healing process pains and all of that. I'm not feeling any of that. And it's gone.
Wow. Thank you very much for sharing that, CM. Is there any other person? I think, did you say somebody wanted to share?
There's a Nkesi Omorege.
Omorege.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morege, you can share.
You have the floor.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Can we see your face?
I want to share this testimony. In fact, it's all up to 30 minutes ago.
Can we see your face? Would you like to open your video?
Hello?
Or would you like to?
Okay. It's okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
My downline just called me a few minutes ago and asked me if I still have reader. I should say that he took the reader capsule. Her BP was usually very high. And as she took the reader capsule, before she could get to half of the bottle, she went to the hospital. Her BP was low. She kept repeating, and the BP had been normal since then. She just called me now that she wants more of the capsule. And I want to encourage you that reader is working. I am a testifier. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Omorige. Any other person? Wow. Is there any other person who would like to share? Okay, well, the truth is that, I just know that for every 8 persons that use reader, for every 10 persons, at least 8 will have one thing or the other to share. I know that I have a relative who has shared on the group recently. She also shared the fact that her daughter had a skin condition for which she had seen the doctor, the dermatologist, for about 1.5 years. And she just decided to use reader bitters to rub the hand and then wash it off. And within a week, her skin was back to normal. This is so amazing and so interesting. I believe that we need to get reader to more people. The more people we get it to, the more people will benefit from it, the more people will have something to share about it. So it's very important to get it to more people. I know that personally, rather than, I don't always give it out for free, but rather than deny somebody using reader, I would rather give it for free, because I know, one, it's going to bless somebody, it's going to benefit somebody, and then it's going to let them know. And from one person knowing, it's going to lead to many, many, many more people. And our goal is to get reader into every household in Nigeria, if that is possible. So yeah, we can confidently give it out. I do that. It's just that sometimes I have to hold on, don't give everything out, but it's something you can be confident to give out. I just want to encourage anybody who's here, maybe somebody invited you. I'm not sure whether we have any guests in the house. If we do, please talk to the person who invited you. Don't wait. Don't think. You know, when some people tell me, I'll think about it, I say, don't think, just do it. You can think about how you're going to do it later. You're not going to regret it. If we have anybody, if you're here and you're a guest, please can you just type I'm a guest so that we can welcome you, we can acknowledge you. Just type in the chat box, I'm a guest. So while we wait for that, I will continue saying, look, if you're a guest, hold on to the person who invited you. Don't wait. If you can sign up with the highest package, 750,000 naira, do go ahead. But rather than wait, I know that in the last few days, I have a prospect who said, oh, I'm waiting because I want to sign up with 750,000. I said, no, don't wait. Sign up with what you have and then come on board. Another thing I'd like to encourage us is to be a learner. Okay, Galaxy A10s, I'm a guest. I wish we knew your name, but we identify you here by Galaxy A. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you've learned something, but please, if there's one thing you're going to go away with, please don't wait. This is something amazing. You will thank the person who invited you here going forward. Thank you very much. So any other guests? I think if there are no other guests, maybe I should hand over to CM. Maybe CM would like to tell us one or two things, even as we close down today's meeting. We have another one at 3, another one at 6 today. Please, if you're a guest, you know that you can sign up now. And before the next meeting, you can come in with your own guest.